keeping an eye on the interior. News 13 Sports starts right now.
Good evening, everyone. Jamie Schwartzwald in with your News 13 Eye on Interior Sports. It's Thursday. We had Pete Spraddy on earlier today, and now Brock Carlston, a defenseman, joins us in the studio. Brock, thanks for coming down.
Thanks for having me down.
You bet. Well, all right. He's a two-time guest here on Puck Talk, but why don't we just start off by telling everyone where you're from and your favorite memory of playing hockey?
Yeah, well, I'm from Muskegon, Michigan, born and raised, and I would have to say my favorite hockey memory actually changed. It's last year at the Robo Cup. Beating Wenatchee would have to be my favorite memory, just because they had our number in playoffs, and we came in there with high intensity, had Prof on the bench. Our whole team was fired up, ready to go, and we ended up winning that game. It was just, I can't even explain the feeling.
The fact that you buried on an odd man rush kind of pumped that up in your memory.
That might have helped a little bit, yeah.
All right, well, we were talking last year, actually, down at the RoboCup, and you were telling me you grew up on Lake Michigan. So why don't you describe for the viewers what's it like to get out there on one of the Great Lakes and jet ski?
I tell you, it's awesome. That's the main thing I miss when I move away, besides my family, would have to be the water. The Great Lakes are just huge, and you don't really realize it until you look out and you realize you can't see the other side. And it actually looks like an ocean, and on like my jet ski, I go out there and on like a storm. It's just unbelievable. You're way up in the air. You come down on the tail, and it's just it's unbelievable.
Is there anything else besides jet skiing and water sports that you like to do off the ice?
Yeah, I like to fish, and then all water sports, wakeboarding, all that stuff, tubing. Actually had a little accident this summer tubing. I like to think I'm an okay tuber, right. And I ended up doing a barrel roll, landed it, and my buddy came across, and his elbow caught me in the back of the head. So I reach back, look at my hand, it's full of blood. I kind of tell my sister, she's freaking out. I'm like, I'm okay, and I get to the hospital and had 5 staples in the back of my head, but it was worth it. I landed the barrel roll, so that's all that matters.
All that matters is you young 10 on the barrel roll.
I got it.
A little blood, he's a hockey player, he can handle it.
No big deal.
Well, as I mentioned, you're a returning player. Now, this team has a lot of new faces on the roster, and I'm not asking you to bury any of your former players, but it just seems like there's kind of a different atmosphere, different attitude with this team. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. I feel as a team as a whole, we get along better. Last year, it seemed to be more of a cliquey situation, and what I mean by that is just like certain people would hang out, and you would never hang out with them. I feel like everyone on this team will hang out with each other, which is huge. Our team chemistry it's a lot better than last year, I feel.
You alluded earlier to the rivalry between Ice Dogs and Wenatchee.
Right.
But I've noticed it's pretty chippy between you and the Avalanche, too, who you guys are playing this weekend. I mean, would you agree with that?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I feel, we have rivals with every team. Basically, you want to prepare for that game, and you don't like the other team, no matter who it is. But I definitely agree the rivalry with the Alaska Avalanche it's right up there with Wenatchee. And I'm excited to get back on the ice. I know that.
And that kind of leads to my last question, kind of a sour taste,
right.
The loss to Fresno
Yeah,
State.
it's always bitter. It's always a bitter taste ending on a loss. No matter if you have a 10-game winning streak and then you end on a loss, you just don't like it. Me personally, I hate losing anyways. So I'm kind of sitting here towards practice, just shaking before every practice, just ready to get out there and get a win on Friday and Saturday.
Excellent. So the same question I had for Spratty then, what can somebody who's never been to an Ice Dog game, what can they expect from that crowd?
High energy, and they are diehard fans, which as a player, it makes it that much easier to play for them. Now, if you're on the other end and you're playing against them, I wouldn't want to be in their shoes. I wouldn't want to be skating against us, especially with our fans.
Yeah, I where I shoot from, I'm right behind kind of the players' benches, so I see them getting it pretty good, and I'll look forward to seeing them giving it to them this weekend.
Me too.
All right, Brock, thanks for coming down.
Thanks for having me out.
You bet. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up. Brock and I are getting out of here, but you should stick around because Micah Johnson's coming up next with your extended 7-day weather forecast. So for number 9, Brock Carlston, I'm Jamie Schwartzwald. You're watching News 13.